What is going on, everybody? So it's a new year and new gear. New Year gear. That's what I like to call it. So yeah, we got some new stuff. If you follow me on Instagram, you've seen a couple of the things. But finally got my gloves, my cold weather gloves. But we also got me a new jacket. And we're sporting the Alpine Stars Force 25 backpack. I will have reviews on all of this stuff once I've properly tested them out and vetted them to make sure that they meet that one guy's standards. No, but in all seriousness though, I'm not going to give you guys a review on stuff that I just barely picked up and just barely started wearing around as I ride. So it is a foggy day, and if you guys aren't familiar with fog, depending on where you're from, I'm guessing they have fog in most regions. But here, after we get rain in the wintertime, typically we'll have fog as long as there's not a lot of wind, and there has not been any wind as of late, so we have been experiencing quite a bit of fog lately. I don't like going out when it's super foggy, so I waited till a little bit later in the morning to go out. So mostly not because of the visibility, because the visibility is never that big of an issue unless you're going out in the wee hours of the morning, but more so because when you go out and it's still pretty foggy, it's misty, and I don't want to test out the capabilities of my GoPro cameras in the mist, nor do I like getting mist on my face shield, even though these new gloves do come with a I don't know if you can see that on the camera here. It's probably shaking too much, but maybe on this camera you can see it has a little a windshield wiper, right, built right into the glove, so that's pretty cool. I would like to test that out at some time. I'm not sure I'll be able to do that. I'll be able to do that on camera, because that would require getting some waterproof rigs for the waterproof cases for both cameras. This camera here though, my rear-facing camera is completely waterproof, so I can totally use that. But if I've got to hook up the mic to the door, open the door on the case, you wouldn't be getting that waterproof aspect of the camera if the door is open on the camera itself. So anyway, we're testing out the new gear. I can already tell you right now, before getting this T.O.G cold weather jacket, I would be freezing already. It is in the 40s right now, and I'd be shivering, questioning on whether or not I should have gone out for a ride. So this jacket has a removable liner, and it's not just like the vest liner, it's all the way through the sleeves, and it's warm. It is very warm. And these gloves, even though on the reviews on Revzilla, I like to read the Revzilla reviews because they're usually pretty detailed, and they give you a lot of aspects on what people think of them. I mean, they go bang for the buck, durability, comfortability. For helmets, they do noise level. So I mean, you can get a lot of different opinions from a lot of different people, and I think the more opinions you can get, the better, because you know, not all of us are the same, and not all of us share the same opinions about stuff. So so yeah, going out for a little ride here. We're moving along here at highway speeds, and that's pretty cool, seeing the mist coming off of the field like that. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but that's pretty cool. And I actually am, I don't know if you can see this on the video either, but I am getting a little bit of a mist here forming on my face shield. So we'll let that build up a little bit, and then we'll try out this little wiper that's built in. It says lens wipe. But this jacket is keeping me nice and warm. I got thick socks on. I'm wearing my Harley-Davidson dark custom boots. And I'm warm. I'm feeling all right. It's not quite cold enough for me to throw on like a balaclava or like a beanie on underneath the helmet. But it is chilly, and this jacket is doing its job. These gloves are doing its job. So one of the reasons I brought up Revzilla was because a lot of people were saying that these gloves aren't graded for like they said they're good for like between 40 and 50 degrees. And some people were saying once it gets into the 30s and the 20s, it's just not they're not warm enough. And I can tell you right now that riding in, I think it's like 45, 46 degrees right now, they're plenty warm. I don't feel the cold coming through the gloves at all. And one of the things that helps is that it goes the backs of the gloves go way up high on my arm. That's probably a must on any cold weather glove. But also they have these straps that you can cinch them down also to prevent wind from creeping up in there. So just a good design on these Icon. They're called the patrol gloves. So yeah, we get quite a bit of a film of moisture on the front of my face shield right now. Not enough to distract or make it so that I can't see well enough. So we're gonna save this, then swipe until it's necessary. So we're gonna take a trip on this Martin Luther King Day on over to King Hall at the University of California, Davis campus.
5 minutes later.
So here we are, the campus of University of California at Davis. This is actually my place of employment as well. And I love working here. I won't go as far as to say that I love my job, but I do love who I work for, my department and my boss and the people that I work around. It's just a boring job, and this is why I love getting out here doing these kind of things, because it gets me away from you know, the monotony and the repetitiveness of just going in and doing an office job. So this is what we have. This is the Mondavi Center, and this is the Performing Arts Center on campus. It's spectacular, and if you can't just tell by the outside, the inside is just as beautiful as the outside is. We have the Manetti Shrem Art Museum over here on my right. Also a very beautiful building on the outside, but the inside also is very very artsy. I don't know how else to put it than that, because when you go in there you see some of the like the furniture and stuff people sit on, and you can tell that it wasn't made for comfort. It's definitely made to look nice. Again, here's another view of the Mondavi Center. We've got the Alumni Center over here and the Welcome Center over there to my right. I believe everything's closed today, so even if I tried to get out and go into King Hall, I wouldn't be able to go in because it is a holiday today. But we will ride by. So right in front of me we have Marac Hall, which is actually where I used to work, in the basement. Yeah, that was terrible. Working in any basement, I'm guessing, is not what anyone would aspire to. But it is a very lovely building on the outside and on the inside. They've done quite a bit of renovations to make it less, I don't know, to make it more feel like a comfortable place to be. And actually there's quite a few cars in the parking lot, so maybe I can go inside. Oh, there's a student there going in. Maybe we'll just park here for a second. I don't believe that TAPS is going to be going around giving people tickets, so maybe we'll just get out for a second and check it out. That's what we're gonna do. Now, I can't stand it when I see people park and there's parking spaces on the street and they don't do it properly, so we're gonna do it properly.
A few moments later.
Well, here we are, King Hall, named after the late Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. We'll just go on in and take a look at the statue quickly and just pay respects, since it is open.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creeds. we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal.
All right. That's what I wanted to do today, so I'm glad that it was open. Dr. King led a revolution in this country, and a revolution that was long overdue for civil rights. And I, as a minority, might not have, or might not feel as at home in my own country as I do, as well as especially like all of my grandparents, my dad's parents who were both immigrants, and my mom's grandparents who were immigrants from Japan. So awesome that I was able to get a chance to do that today. Martin Luther King's nephew spoke from the White House saying that
if my uncle were here today, the first thing he would say is, what are we or what are you doing for others? It's a day to do something to help someone else. And that can be as simple as delivering someone's trash or picking up the newspaper for that elderly person who can't get to the end of the driveway.
And for me, I believe in doing those things all the time. But really, I just believe in karma and paying it forward. And, you know, if I'm going to be charitable all the time, I believe in following the golden rule. And that golden rule being, I treat others the way I'd like to be treated. So if you're here watching, I appreciate you. Come on back. Hit that subscribe button if you want to come back and check out what I've got going on. Or you can hit one of these links to go directly to another video. So guys, if you're riding, be safe, check your blind spot, and if you're not riding, get ready. It's that one guy, and I'm out.